Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's LRS and today I'm going to show you some tips and tricks how to draft pick properly according to various situations. What are the meta picks? What should you prioritize banning? What should you prioritize picking? And so much more. And there's also a gameplay at the end for additional enjoyment. So without any further ado, let's dive in. So before we start, I want you to have a proper look on the heroes we are banning on this particular game. Like as you can see, both of the team has banned 1-1, which is one of the most OP right now. So you should always consider banning 1-1 if your teammate doesn't have first pick or if your team doesn't play 1-1. And then you can also see a Lancelot pick. Lancelot also recently got buff. That's why he is also in meta. You can also consider banning him if your team is not picking Lancelot. Okay, then you can also, as you can see, we also have like Kadita ban. Kadita is also OP right now because of her recent buffs. She is faster. Her ulti cannot be interrupted until unless you have suppression. So you should always prioritize banning heroes which got buffed recently. Okay guys, let's go to game 2. Okay guys, this is a second 5-man match in Immortal 400 star lobby. So I also want you to have a very good look on the drop picks, especially the winning phase, because for our specific lineup we prefer to pick our comfort heroes more than meta heroes. So that's why do not focus on our picks for now, because like as I have said, as you can see guys, 1-1 is the number one priority ban for now. Look, enemy have also banned 1-1 and Kadita. We also banned Lancelot because as I've said earlier, he got buffed recently. He's OP right now. And the reason why we are banning Gatokaja is because one of our member does not like Gatokaja. That's why we ban him. You can also ban Lapu because he also recently got buffed. His sustain, his damage has also increased, I guess. And as you can see guys, okay guys, as you can see from the last two games, the main heroes we are banning are Lancelot, 1-1, Kadita, because recently they got buffed. They are very strong right now in the meta. So if your team doesn't have the like first pick, if your team doesn't play one of these heroes, it's always the best to ban these heroes, guys. It's always the best. That's how meta works. If specific heroes are buffed, you should either pick them or either you should ban those specific heroes. That's how meta works. So before we proceed further into the video, we have our subscriber Tayum. He asked me some questions through his comments, so let me try to respond in this video. Okay bro, so your first comment is, why sometimes they let the backline like MMS go as first pick and second pick, please? Bro, to be honest bro, it really depends on situation. It really depends on their lineup. But there are some MM like Irithel and 1-1, or there are some mages like JTN and Kadita. They can be picked as like their first and second pick comfortably. But it also depends on the situation and lineup. So on your second comment, you're asking that why sometimes people are letting their jungler to be their second pick. Bro, it really I'm telling you, bro, it really depends on situation, lineup. But when heroes like Lancelot, Alucard, or any other heroes, any other assassin which are meta right now, they can be comfortably picked as second pick, even as first pick. There's no problem in that. But it really depends on situation. It really depends on lineup. It's not something specific that you are supposed to pick jungler as first, last, third. There's nothing specific rule like that. It really depends on time to time, situation to situation. But one common reason might be that you know that Lancelot, Alucard, etc. These are meta assassins right now. So to not give enemy the chance to pick one of those heroes, you need to secure these heroes first. That's why sometimes people just pick jungler early, because they don't want to give those OP assassin heroes like Assassin, Alucard to enemies. That's why they pick early. This could be one of the reasons. So as for your third comment, the question is why sometimes they pick like Harit as mage as second. Answer this one, please, bro. Probably the player is probably doing like one trick with Harit. That's why they are so confident that they are picking Harit as a second pick. Because if you ask me, Harit should be like pick last second or maybe last, because he also has quite counters like Minchitar, Bashia, Khufra. These heroes can easily counter Harit. But as I've tell you, bro, it depends on player to player. Sometimes they will pick first, sometimes they will pick last. There's no specific reason for that. But if they are picking Harit early, maybe they are so confident with that hero. Maybe the player probably mains Harit. That's why. I mean, his main hero might be Harit. That's why he is so confident. I think that's one of the main reasons. Okay, bro. The main question from your fourth comment is why sometimes pro let their tank as last pick. Okay, so as I tell you, bro, it also depends on situation to situation. It also depends on games to game, player to players. But you should always let your tank pick last or last second pick, bro. I mean, if enemy has Khufra, you can pick Minotaur as your last pick. He can easily counter Khufra. This is one of the example, Diga. And like if enemy pick at last early, you can pick Digi or Akai later at last. That's why after checking enemy's lineup, after checking your team composition, you can comfortably pick the best thing for that situation, for that game. That's why it's advice for you to let your roam to be last pick. Do not pick your tank as first pick. Bro, this is your fifth comment, and what I'm trying to pick up from here is, what if enemy pick first pick as Yuzong? If enemy pick Yuzong, you can go for Masa. Masa can easily counter Yuzong. Yuzong could not be able to stack up his passive on Masa because of she has like 3 HP bars. So his Yuzong's passive will be wasted on her. So when enemy pick Yuzong, pick Masa. And as for can you let go match like Kushino to Alice mid, am I right? Okay, bro, you can actually go for you can actually go for sustain type mates if enemy has Yuzong, because Yuzong will mainly mark your mage or MM. That's why it's better to pick a sustain type mates if enemy has Yuzong. So okay, bro, this is your sixth and probably the final comment on my recent videos. So you're asking why if enemy let the MM or tank as first, not let go your mage as second pick, but why sometimes they pick like Harit and mage as second pick? Answer this one, please, bro. Brother, I think you have already asked this question before, and I've already answered it a while ago. So as I told you, bro, it really depends on situation. It really depends on players. If they are comfortably picking like Harit as first or second pick, I have told you before that he or she might probably feel comfortable, or he or she knows the risks. He or she knows the risks of picking Harit early. As I told you, Harit also has lots of counters. So picking him as first or second is kind of risky, but he or she probably knows what they are doing. So I guess that's the reason. And by the way, I don't see Harit user these days anyway. So Harit is not like a proper pick for now, because he didn't even receive any kind of buff. I don't see him these days in Immortal 400 500-star lobby. I don't see him in solo queue, solo trio lobbies. So Harit is not a good choice for now, but he is a situational hero. Make sure to ban heroes like Khufra, Minchitar, so that he can comfortably like dash around. Okay bro, that's it. Okay guys, now have a look on this image where I listed you some of the heroes which are currently OP right now, or currently they are in meta right now. So for esport jungler, there are 5 heroes which I considered to be priority ban or priority pick. And for EXP there are 4, golden 1-1, of course. For mid lane, Kadita and Chaitian. These are very OP mages right now. You can also prioritize picking Farsa, but not banning her, because in 5-man lobby, Farsa is dominating everywhere. Farsa is OP right now in 5-man, but I didn't add her because she is not ban worthy, but she is definitely pick worthy. You can definitely pick her as a first pick. And as for Rome, I just put Layla for a humorous joke. Don't take it personally. For Rome, I think I would suggest like Angela or maybe Florin or maybe Gatokata, because this heroes has like a great game changing potential. If you are playing duo, trio, and your team doesn't have like your team doesn't have like Angela player, you can ban her. Because I have been seeing a lot of Ellis and Angela combo in duo, trio in my Immortal lobby experiences. So I suggest you to sometimes ban Angela, Florin, or even Katokacha. But you might be asking, so if these are the OP or if these are the current meta heroes, then how should I counter him? How should I counter them? I mean, so I'm going to tell you one by one with proper example. Okay? So as for heroes like Lancelot, Fanny, Alucard, Hayabusa, or even GCC, these heroes can be countered by hard CC like Khufra, maybe Chow Rom. So these heroes are very dashy and has great sustain attack potential. So I suggest you to pick the following heroes like Khufra, Chow, or even specifically for Alucard, you can pick Basha also. You can play Basha Hyper against Alucard Hyper. It will really disturb his lapsal capabilities. So these are for assassins. And as for EXP laners, I suggest you to pick like CC against Lapu Lapu, Yuzong, Glue, Uranus, because CC has range, CC has that DPS that's enough to burst these heroes down. And specifically for Yuzong, I would like to mention Masa. Masa is a great counter for Yuzong, because Yuzong could not be able to stack up his passive on Masa's 3 HP bar. So Masa is a great counter for Yuzong. And for Glue, I suggest you to pick like Vexana or Feramis as mage when you're up against Glue. And when it comes to EXP or jungle, you can pick Expo. Expo is a good counter for Glue, so you can pick him as a jungler or EXP laner. For Uranus, you simply need enough damage. Like Direct is a good counter for Uranus, for example. And as for 1-1, you can pick Mencitar, Khufra to counter her, because she has a lot of dashes. She can easily dominate lane. She has great scaling potential. So it's better to, if you do not let her jump, let her blink, she cannot trigger her ultimate. She cannot find the weakness points. So it's better to pick like Minchita or Khufra, which are anti-dash heroes. And for the mages like Kadita and Chaitian, you can easily counter them with like heroes like Yuzong, Ling, which can like reach them easily, which can reach backline easily, which also has CC immune skills or high crowd control skills. They can easily reach the backline. And as for Chaitian's passive, Yuzong's dragon form can easily bait her passive, and when her passive is done, Yuzong can easily just kill her on the spot. because like JTN doesn't have like dashi skills. It's easy to take her down once her passive is over. So Yuzong's dragon form is a good counter for her. And you can also pick Ling here, no problem. But for Kadita, it's better to just take Purify. It's better to take Purify. Let your mage or take Purify. Don't forget to build Rose Gold and Antenna against Kadita, because she has a lot of immune skills. And one of the best counter for Kadita is either Franco or Kaza, because they have suppression skill. Only suppression can disrupt her ultimate, otherwise it's interruptible. So if you have Kadita on enemy team, so just try to avoid her, make defense item, or pick Kufra. No, not Kufra, I'm sorry. Pick Franco or Kaza, which has suppressed skills enough to stop her ultimate. And as for the roamer, I have told you before, I put this Layla for as a joke, but coming to the topic, there's not much for this word banning, but I would suggest you guys to like ban for Angela or Floyd. Victory! Because I have been seeing a lot of Alice X Angela combos in my duo trio games, so I guess you guys can ban Angela or Florin. Other than, there's not much to ban in the ROM section. So guys, that's for today's video. I hope you have enjoyed and learned something new. You guys can ask me more questions on the comment section, as comment section is all yours, and I'll try to respond them one by one, like this, like how I respond to Taeyong's comments. So you guys can ask any question, I'll try to respond you on my next video. So guys, that's it. Stay safe and thank you for watching.